just breaking
A
the
male
ice.
colleague approached the woman and asked to be friends with her. But when she refused, he forcefully pinned her down. Just as the situation became critical, the car door suddenly opened by itself, and the colleague was pulled out by an unseen force. That day, after attending an event, the woman was waiting for the subway when she accidentally dozed off from exhaustion. When Mary woke up, she found the normally bustling subway station had become eerily silent and completely deserted. She began to wonder if she'd missed the last train. She hurried toward the exit to check, only to discover that the entire station was unmanned and all the gates were locked. Just when she didn't know what to do, she heard the sound of the last train arriving, so she immediately rushed down to the platform and managed to slip into the car just as the doors were closing. What she didn't notice was that a shadowy figure had quietly followed her aboard. After getting on, she thought she'd be able to leave soon. But before long, the train came to an abrupt emergency stop, yet the doors remained shut. Since she couldn't see any other passengers on board, she decided to walk forward to find the driver in the cab for help. She called out repeatedly,
Hello?
but no one ever responded. She peered through the small window but couldn't make out anything due to the limited view.
Hello?
Just then, all the lights in the car suddenly went out, plunging everything into darkness, and the atmosphere became incredibly oppressive. Fortunately, she spotted a faint light in the rear car, as if someone was using a phone flashlight. Thinking it might be a staff member or another trapped passenger, she walked
Excuse
over to
me.
try to communicate.
Fell
But no
asleep
matter
on the
what she said,
platform.
the person wouldn't speak, instead
fine,
slowly
my
moving
boyfriend's
closer
up
to
the front.
her.
Just go get
Sensing
him.
something was wrong, she tried to run but tripped and fell in her panic. When the person approached, she realized it was her colleague,
Guy?
the same
You
one
scared
who
me
had
to
followed
death.
her onto the train. This man had been constantly staring at her at work and had deliberately followed her onto the train to get her alone. Seeing her colleague being dragged away, Mary realized the gravity of the situation and immediately got up, ran through multiple cars, and forced open the driver's cab door to hide inside. Before she could catch her breath, she saw a dark shadow flash past the door. She had no choice but to keep running, making her way through the tunnel to another platform. But it was the same there, no one around, and the doors were locked. Just when she was almost in despair, she heard strange sounds behind her. She carefully investigated and discovered a small dog. Thinking that dogs don't usually appear alone and must have an owner, she followed the dog to a ventilation shaft, where she encountered a homeless couple. Her sudden appearance startled them, but when she offered to pay them to guide her out, the man accepted the money and agreed to help. However, shortly after they left, a figure walked into that same ventilation shaft.